Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now the first thing I have to tell you is, if you're new here, I do know a thing or two about cameras. I always try and say this, especially when I'm talking about these little things here. I've been a television cameraman for the last 35 years, so I do know what I'm talking about. So stick with me, okay? Because I like to share my knowledge as well, and I like to give my opinions, which is exactly what I'm going to do in this very short review. It's not a camera review today. I'm just curious. This is more to satisfy my curiosity. When the DJI Osmo Action 5 camera came out, now I don't have one. They haven't sent me one either. I have no affiliation with DJI. And I've reached out to them many times to say, listen, I know through affiliate links that I'm selling a lot of these cameras because I think they're so amazing. How about giving me a little bit of a kickback and sending me stuff to review? Haven't even got a reply email from them. So anyway, not to worry. I'm not going to be so shallow to say, well, I won't review their stuff in the future, because I think their products are incredible, and that's all I use on all of my bikes. What I'm holding here, if I stop waving them around so much, is two DJI Osmo Action 4 cameras. Now, first of all, I've looked at the specs of the Action 5, and it's not enough of a difference for me to justify buying one. So maybe I'll be surprised in the future with things they'll bring in firmware upgrades, but I've looked at comparisons between the pictures of the 5 and the 4, and my camera eye prefers the 4. The reason being, the 4 does not have HDR built in. I don't like the HDR look which they've brought back into the Osmo Action 5. It's not for me. It just looks superficial. It looks badly coloured, if you like. Now, I'm being hypercritical. I'm not being bitter because I can't justify buying one. I prefer a flatter image where I can colour it myself. I don't like shooting in log, because that's too much hard work, and all of these cameras will allow you to shoot in log, by the way. This today is purely, if I get around to it and stop waffling, this today is purely a battery test, because when they brought out the new Osmo Action 5 with the new 1950 milliamp battery, I thought, oh, now there's the thing. So DJI very cheekily reduced the bit rate in their new Osmo Action 5 camera, which helps basically get a lot more battery life out of this new battery, because the processor's not working as hard. Since led to believe that in a firmware update they have increased the bit rate, because I think a few people had copped exactly what they've done. So what I did do when I was away doing Route 66 just a couple of weeks ago is I ordered 2 of their new batteries. Now, unlike GoPro, DJI make all of their batteries and accessories backwards compatible, so top marks to them for doing that. But here we have one of their new batteries, which is the 1950 milliamp. They claim to get a lot more battery life on their Osmo Action 5 out of these batteries. Like I say, they'd reduced the bit rate, and it was all very cloudy for me. So I thought, well, the least I can do is to buy 2 of these batteries, which I did. And with delivery, the 2 batteries cost me €70 to Ireland. And my little test today is to see how long these 1950 milliamp batteries last in a DJI Osmo Action 4 camera. Now, obviously, I have the 2 here, so I'm going to run this one with one of the new batteries in, and this one with the existing battery. It's basically a time trial to see how long I get out of both batteries, and whether it's worth you buying one of their new batteries, because to me, at the moment, like I say, the battery life is the biggest upgrade. When I was doing Route 66, I was going through 6 or 7 batteries a day. Because the heat, obviously, out there really reduces battery life, and there was just so much to film when we were out there that, I literally never stopped recording. I am not one of these motovloggers who likes to leave the camera recording every time I go out just to film everything, basically because I can't be asked to edit it all afterwards. So I start and stop the camera when I go out. And if I'm doing what I call a normal vlog back here in Ireland, where I go out and review a bike for a day, or even just do a catch-up vlog for the day, 10 or 15 minute vlog, Sometimes I get to the end of one battery and I would just love to have a little bit more oomph out of the battery within the camera without me having to worry about charging up spare batteries and whatever else. So I think if these batteries work like DJI claim that they do, then they're onto a winner, certainly. And obviously I haven't reduced any bit rate in my Osmo Action 4s just to try and get any more life out of them. So right, time to do the time trial. So what I will do is I'm going to set the stopwatch on my phone, if I can find it, and I'm going to set both cameras into record, literally within a second of each other. Okay, so this is the Osmo Action 4, which is running just the normal standard battery, which I've had for a year or so. So that's going to go into record now. And then this one straight after with the new battery, 1950 milliamps. There you go, both recording. Press start. So I shall be back as soon as either one of those cameras crash out of record. My worry is that I've only got a 256 gig card in both cameras, and I'm shooting 4K 50 because that's the format that I shoot all of my videos in, except when I did Route 66, because I was filming so much, I shot in HD. In 60 frames. The reason for that being is that because I wasn't allowed to take a drone into America with me, I thought I'd end up buying drone footage from people on the internet, on YouTube, and turns out that is the case. And because they're recording in American formats, that's why I chose to set my cameras into the 60 frames, which is an American format. I hope you're following me. I always get complaints when I do these types of videos that I'm being far too complicated and I'm not speaking in layman's terms. Well, that's a stopwatch. These are two cameras and they've both got different types of batteries in. So I'll be back to you, like I say, when one of them crashes out of record. Well, that was interesting, and I'm delighted I've did it, because at 1 hour, 10 minutes and 29 seconds, the camera with the new battery in it overheated. Now, you might say, yeah, well, that's not a fair test, but what I was doing every few minutes up until that moment was I was tapping the battery icon on the back of both cameras, and when you do that, you can see the percentage of how much battery is remaining. And they matched each other all the way down to 17%, which is when the new battery and the camera, like I said, decided to overheat. But there wasn't a sort of discrepancy like 15% or 20%. It was literally neck and neck all the way down. The camera with the existing battery in the old battery, if you like, the smaller size milliamp battery, that went all the way down to 2%, where it then said it was turning the screen off because of overheating, and total time on that camera, let me just have a look, was 1 hour 23 minutes exactly. So, if you ask me, and you're thinking about, well, trying to sort of be a smart ass like I was, and buying the new batteries to go in the old camera, don't bother. Don't waste your money, because like I say, they matched each other neck and neck all the way down to, well, pretty much zero. So, yeah, I'd love to know now, of course, the curiosity killed the cat and everything. I'm dying to know now how the old battery would fare in the new camera, the Osmo Action 5. But I'm certainly not going to buy one just to do that test. So I hope you took something from that video. Like I say, don't bother buying the new batteries to go into your Osmo Action 4, because waste of money, waste of time. Stick with your old batteries. Thanks so much for watching this short video. Would you please think about subscribing, because that means the world to this channel. It helps massively. I make hardly any money from this YouTube lark, but the subscribers, and that therefore gives the famous YouTube algorithm the spider's legs, if you like, to crawl out there and reach new places that my channel hasn't reached before. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, I'd love to do more. However, it won't be instead of my normal Saturday morning slot, which is predominantly a motorcycle moto vlog. If you want to see more of these techie things, please think about becoming a Patreon as well. All of the info is below. or just leave a comment below, because if there's a big enough audience who wants this sort of stuff, I'll certainly bring them midweek, just like this video. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great week, everybody, and sure, until the next one. I can't even get my words out because I've been speaking so much waffle over the last few minutes. Thanks a million for tuning in. Dave Perry, Wheelie Good TV. We shall chat soon.